What's up guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be going over how easy it is to install an LED bar. I have a 22-inch and really any Mazda. This is a 2008 Mazda 3. It'd be the same idea for a Speed 3, Mazda Speed 6, Mazda 6. Basically any Mazda, it should be similar, and the beauty is the holes are already made, believe it or not. So let me just show you. I have a 22-inch light bar right under here. Alright, now I apologize if it's really hard to see. I'm gonna have some pictures on my phone so it's a little easier for you to tell where the bolts are. But basically there's already pre-made holes right here and then right over here. Apologize for the bad quality. This is actually on my iPhone using the front-facing camera. But this is actually a pre-made hole right here. And you can see I had to use some PVC pipe and a couple washers just to space it out correctly, but it was pretty easy to install. And then you have this one on the driver's side. So hopefully that video helped you out a little bit to see where they are, but basically one's right over here, another one's right over here, and there's some in the middle. They're pre-made. I'm not sure why they're there, but they're not being used, and it fit exactly perfectly for the 22-inch light bar I have installed. Now one thing you want to note is that you're going to have to take this bottom skid plate off, or you can just bend it down. Basically just take out these screws, bend it down a little bit, you'll be able to wedge your hand in there, and I mean from there on it's pretty easy, just basic bolts and such. You're going to want to have some PVC pipe just to make it like that much of spacing. You could use washers if you needed to, but I use a PVC pipe just because it was easier and I had it laying around. What are you pecking at me for? This one's Mango, everyone. That one's Olivia. Just straight chilling. Just interrupting my video real quick. I guess they just enjoy that. But back to the car. So the mounting is pretty much the easiest part. From there on, it's just the wiring. First I had it hooked up to come on whenever I had my fog lights on, and I didn't really like that, so I rewired it to go on with the high beams. You're gonna wanna have the remote switch go to the positive to either the high beam or the fog lights. So that's what this wire's for, this blue one. And then you have your negative and positive. Bring it over here. I know it's really hard. Let's take out this air box. This is just, I don't know why Mazda has that. Alright, now it's time to explain the wiring as best as I can. I'm not an electrician, but I can basically just tell you what things do anyway. So we have all the wires coming up here. Now this was a remote wire that I had to my fog lights to have it come on whenever my fog lights came on, and I don't like that. So I had it, that's what this wire is for. But I'm not using that anymore, so I just put some duct tape in it, and in case I want to switch it later on, just leave it tucked in there, away from any belt and such. So we have our negative right here, and this wire goes to the light bar itself, and you want to have a wire nut or solder, whatever you want to do. You're going to want to have from the light bar, and then you want to have from the light bar to the ground. That's what this wire is, connected right here. And then you're going to want to have the ground to the relay, and from the relay you're also going to want to feed to the positive, and you're going to want to have a fuse. That's what this guy's here for. This is a 15 amp fuse. You can get this at a automotive place, or hardware stores should have it. So from there, what we have is the positive from the light bar itself. That just goes right to the relay, and then finally, this goes to the high beam positive. So you're going to want to have that. High beam positive is right over here. Last thing you need is just a switch to turn it on. And when I had it to my fog lights, it just came on with the fog light switch inside, which was pretty handy. But if you want it to come on with your high beams and be able to turn it off and keep your high beams on, basically what you're going to need to do is just plug in a switch, and that's what these wires are for. You're going to want to have a ground right here. This is the same ground mount that I have for the light bar itself, and then the positive wire, which is actually this yellow wire, and this is from the high beam and then to the relay. And so this wire is going to go into the cabin too. But to get through the firewall, you just really in there, there is an opening, and there is a hole that you can feed your wires into that are already made. So once you do that, now you just gotta go inside. And this is my switch right here. I like it. I think it's a perfect placement because these are already not being used. I think if you have a speed 3, then they will be used, and you'll just have to find somewhere else to put it. Maybe like right here or under here. But that's really up to you, wherever you want to put it. I like it right here. It's just perfect. And what you're gonna need for this, these actually pop right out, but you're gonna have the positive, negative, and then the turn on switch. And that's what the positive from the relay is from the front, I believe. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's just about it. But the wiring, you can see the hole up there, and that's from the firewall, so that's how we fed all our wires back here. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm not an electrician, so I'm sorry if my electrical grammar is a little off. Now, that's pretty much the whole video. It's really easy install. Probably take you about 2 hours if you have everything already. Maybe even sooner if you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, I'd say about 2 hours. But you need a relay, just some wiring, the light bar itself, and a switch. That should be everything you need. Oh, and a fuse holder to go from the relay to the positive battery. So let me show you. I turn my lights on. And if you hear that fan, that's my LEDs. And then you go high beams. You can see this is on. Now, high beams and the light bar on right now. I can go high beam without light bar just like that. That's what the switch is for, so I can actually have the light bar on with my high beams or turn it off with the high beams. So that's what that's for. And let me go show you what it looks like outside. Boom. Very bright. Very white too. Now all I need to do is get LEDs for my high beams. I'm also going to be doing a review, and these are actually Amazon LED lights that I got, and they're like 45 bucks. So that's the next review, because it's good and bad. Bad thing is that I couldn't mount it correctly. I mean, it didn't even fit for my light. Good thing is that they're pretty good. So I'll be having a full review on the LED low beams in the next video. Basically, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and from now on, this is going to be my car-related channel. So if you are into cars, I got the Mazda. I got some more videos coming soon, so subscribe for that. If you want vlogs, I'm going to be making another channel just for that, just so I don't have everything just on one channel. It kind of gets annoying for someone who wants a car video and they see like Fortnite or something. So I'm going to be fixing that soon, guys, don't worry. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace.